ABC 13 Eyewitness News Tonight starts now.
The fallout from disturbing dashcam video of a police officer running down a suspect.
Plus, park and rides may be convenient for your commute, but they are also attractive to crooks. We'll explain what's underneath your car that could be a hot commodity.
And some controversy over a multi-million-dollar water park Brazoria leaders want taxpayers to build.
But we begin with support for a high school teacher accused of handing out anti-Muslim material.
We first told you about this complaint last Tuesday on Eyewitness News at 10. That Foster high school teacher has resigned.
But tonight at a school board meeting, parents rallied to have that teacher reinstated. Eyewitness News reporter Chauncey Glover joins us live with reaction tonight. Chauncey?
Well, Eric, the school district here says this teacher went outside of the curriculum with his handout on Islam. Meanwhile, some parents say they don't mind their children learning about other religions. Lots of applauses tonight at this Lamar ISD school board meeting.
Our community has been outraged at the lack of support shown for this educator.
A strong showing of support for a Foster High School government teacher who came under fire from the district for giving students this handout on Islam and radical Islam. The teacher resigned last week.
I'm here in support of Dale Wolverton. He's the definition of what an educator should be.
If they're talking about religion, they need to be exposed to all the world religions and the effect they have on government and economics.
We're told one student was offended by the handout. Her parents contacted CARE.
Feeling like she was in a bad situation, that she was being ostracized and so forth.
CARE leaders went to the school board saying the problem with the handout is that the info is wrong.
We have no problem with the open exchange of ideas. Democracy requires that, but they have to start with facts. And there was a statistic about 28%, I think, of Muslims believe that people who leave the religion should be executed. That's false, and also there's no source given for it, so it just goes from there.
The district says the teacher did not follow the state or local curriculum, and while some parents agree,
The teacher, as well-intended as he was, he crossed the line.
Others say it's unfair, and they want this veteran teacher back in the classroom.
If it's going to move this way, I don't want my child here. I'd take my child somewhere else.
Now, once again, that teacher has resigned from his position there at Foster. In the meantime, the district says it's still investigating this issue. We're live tonight in Fort Bend County. I'm Chauncey Glover, 13 Eyewitness News.
Chauncey, thanks for the live update. No doubt this has been controversial, so we want to know what you think. Just log on to Facebook, like ABC 13, and join the conversation.
All right, now let's get you to a developing story coming out of Northwest Harris County right now. That's where Harris County Sheriff's deputies believe that a fight escalated to a shooting. You're taking a live look at the scene right now. You can see this is still very active. Witnesses tell us they heard between 3 and 5 shots near a bayou near West Mount Houston and Ella. Officers do have one man detained. They believe that another one ended up at a hospital with a gunshot wound to the head. They are still looking for others involved. Now, this reportedly started as a fight behind a gas station around 7:30 tonight. Someone fired a gun. That's when everyone scattered. Deputies still working to figure out what happened.
Park and rides are a popular way for many motorists to make their morning commute. But those parking lots are also a popular target for thieves. Eyewitness News reporter Jessica Willey joins us live with why it's not what's in your car, but underneath that could attract criminals.
For Richard King,
come here, park, get on the Metro bus, and go to work.
using Metro's Park and Ride is just as much about saving money on fuel as it is about peace of mind.
Gives me some relaxation before and after work.
But now when he steps off the bus, his mind isn't always at peace.
There's nothing you can do. It's not like you can take it, lock it, hide it, whatever that sign is that they tell you to do. You can't take that with you to work.
In just 3 weeks' time, his truck's catalytic converter was stolen twice as it sat during the day in the Grand Parkway Park and Ride lot. In fact, this truck is a rental because his is still in the shop getting its third catalytic converter.
$4,200 to $4,700 every single time.
That's how much it's costing him.
You got this one, and then you got another one here.
Thieves can get a few $100s for the precious metal that's inside, and the work, explains Mike POTUS, takes only a few minutes.
They'll cut right here, and then they'll cut right here, and they'll just take them.
Trucks and SUVs, according to HPD's Oscar Gamez, are easier targets.
The higher the vehicle is, the easier it is for them to crawl underneath and cut it.
It must have been easy for the crooks who stole King's converters. So easy, they came back for seconds.
You know, it's people out here that know our routine. They know when we get dropped off, they know when we go to work, they know when we come back, and they know during the day there's not going to be anybody here.
And that was Jessica Willey reporting. Now, there are no cameras in that lot, and Jessica tells us she did not see a Metro police officer while there, but Metro says they do, in fact, patrol. They say they've only had 4 incidents there, including these, since January. HPD officers are suggesting that you ask your mechanic to engrave your license plate number onto your catalytic converter as a way to identify it if it's ever stolen and then recovered.
Testimony will resume tomorrow morning in the trial of a teen accused of murdering his pregnant girlfriend. Ryan Matthews faces capital murder charges. Prosecutors say that he stabbed 16-year-old Ariana Hill to death because she refused to abort the couple's twins. Today, jurors were shown text messages between the two of them in which Matthews expresses his anger about the pregnancy and tells her to get an abortion. Matthews is now 17, but because he was 16 at the time of the murder, he would spend 40 years in custody if convicted. Matthews' attorneys say that police have ignored evidence which would exonerate him.
Accused murderer Robert Durst won't return to a federal courtroom until June. Today, Durst appeared in New Orleans to enter a not guilty plea on federal gun charges. He's been held in a prison mental health facility since his arrest in New Orleans on murder charges out of Los Angeles. Durst faces both Louisiana and federal gun charges connected to a search of his hotel room during his arrest. He'll remain in state custody until those charges are resolved.
3 people are facing charges tonight in an attack on a mall employee, all of it caught on camera. Baytown police releasing these surveillance photos from inside the store Rabu. It's at the San Jacinto Mall. Now, investigators say 3 young women, including 18-year-old Shy Shawnee Thomas, blocked the victim from entering her job. They then proceeded to follow her into that store where the 3 beat the victim behind the register, as you see there. We are blurring the faces of the 2 other suspects because they are juveniles. All 3 of them are now charged with assault.
This is some surveillance video jurors saw today in the trial of a former Pasadena police officer who shot a suspected drunk driver in the face. Michael Martin's fighting an official pressing charge for the 2011 shooting of 19-year-old Victor Hernandez. Martin's attorney said the victim's suspicious actions made Martin fear for his life, and prosecutors said the victim fled the scene because he feared for his life.
A mother came face to face with the men accused of leaving her son festering inside of filth inside the Harris County Jail and then lying about it. The 2 jailers appeared in court today on charges filed following an ABC 13 investigation. Eyewitness News reporter Ted Oberg joins us with an update.
It's likely dozens of people were at least aware of what was going on inside the Harris County Jail in the fall of 2013 when Terry Goodwin was discovered. But only 2 were in court today. 18 months after they allegedly lied on jail paperwork detailing observation of Terry Goodwin's cell, detention sergeants John Figueroa and Ricky Pickens Wilson were in court for the first time.
What happened inside?
2 sergeants. The DA says Pickens Wilson allegedly told other officers not to check Goodwin's cell. Figueroa was a relief sergeant, both low-level staffers in one of the most high-risk cell blocks in the Harris County Jail.
Do you think your guy's being scapegoated?
I do. I mean, basically, you've got 2 sergeants, the lowest supervisors here, and they're the only ones that get charged as something like this.
John Denholm represents Ricky Pickens Wilson. Attorney Denholm, who used to work inside the jail, didn't get into what his client may or may not have done, but finds it hard to believe they are the only ones who knew what was happening and didn't speak up.
I find it very hard to believe. Of course, I only worked for the sheriff's office for 28 years. I can tell you that when I worked there, something like this would have got to the top pretty quick.
Sheriff Garcia said he didn't know about all this until we brought photos from a whistleblower to his attention a year after it was discovered inside his jail. Michelle Lambert, the inmate's mother, finds it hard to believe he didn't know. She cried in court today when she saw the two men who were charged.
I think just to be in the presence, just to be in the same midst as them, to breathe the same air of individuals who basically just left our son to die. It was very hard.
The two sergeants who are charged face years in a state jail if they're convicted. But before that happens, the attorney for one of those men pledges an exhaustive search inside the sheriff's office to find out who knew about Terry Goodwin's cell. And that could mean for some tough days for those inside the jail today. Ted Oberg, 13 Eyewitness News.
An officer intentionally runs down a suspect with his cruiser, and it's all caught on camera. Why the chief of police believes those actions saved the suspect's life.
At a Christian water park partially funded by taxpayer dollars, it could happen. And this issue now dividing a small town. And tonight, a new battle is brewing. I'm Foti Kalurgis. I'll have a live report coming up.
Today started off kind of noisy with some showers and thunderstorms rumbling through, but things are kind of quiet out there right now. Temperatures very pleasant in the mid-60s. It's quiet now. It should be quiet for rush hour tomorrow, but there's still some rain in your 7-day forecast.
Heading into retirement for all the right reasons. We'll talk with a former Texan about what's next ahead in sports.
You're watching ABC 13, Houston's news leader.
Don't throw away your old electronic devices. E-cycle them. All you got to do is stop by ABC 13's Earth Day e-cycling drive, Friday from 6 a.m. to 3 p.m.
Brought to you by Shell, Arbor Care, and CompuCycle.
Chances for stormy weather remain high this week. Grab your umbrella and check the weather and traffic before you head out the door.
Plus, Rockets fever is spreading. Details on playoff tickets and plans for the fans. And see what news breaks tomorrow morning on 13.
To know that every child is extraordinary. To remember that every patient is family. To know that bravery comes in all sizes. This is our promise. The Promise campaign will expand our care and compassion to more children, extending our reach to communities in Houston, across the state of Texas, and around the world. What's your promise?
On Digital HD.
I won't fail you.
With new bonus extras. Star Wars, the digital movie collection. Buy it on Digital HD today.
Run away with me.
This award season, the red carpet has shades of green. The spotlight shines all day.
Lost souls in reverie.
And the best four-wheeler of the year lets you go where others can't.
Two kids, you and me.
So you end up with the best seats in the house. The 2015 Jeep Award Season event. Now get 1.9% financing for 60 months or $2,500 total cash allowance on the 2015 Jeep Cherokee Latitude.
At Gallery Furniture, we believe in America. Gallery Furniture believes in customers. Gallery Furniture believes in sustainability. Gallery Furniture believes in tradition. Gallery Furniture believes in hard work. Gallery Furniture believes in responsibility, jobs for Americans, craftsmanship, heirloom quality furniture, perseverance, faith, family, a great night's sleep, the American dream, and helping you succeed every day. If you believe in the American dream, come to Gallery Furniture. Buy Made in America furniture today. Gallery Furniture delivers tonight.
ABC 13 Eyewitness News continues with Gina Gaston and Ilona Carter.
Brazoria city leaders want taxpayers to foot the bill for a multi-million-dollar water park with a Christian theme and a strict dress code.
But the way the measure could end up on the ballot may leave some unsure exactly what they're voting for. Eyewitness News reporter Foti Kalurgis investigates.
Yeah, now supporters as well as opponents to this are now calling for City Council here to contact the Texas Attorney General's office. The ballot mentions $1.75 million that is needed for bond money to help get this water park off the ground, but the ballot says nothing about a water park. And tonight the mayor says he's okay with that.
In the small town of Brazoria, life is simple, but lately
the water wouldn't drain. That was a big issue.
Things have gotten complicated. Hairdresser Bobby Jo Newell hears from her clients about the city's shortfalls. And lately,
the water park is the big talk, yes.
Concerns about a proposed water park that some think will be the town's savior. The mayor says if it's built, they will come.
I believe in this water park with all my heart and soul.
The Splash Kingdom Water Park will be smaller than the ones seen here built already in Texas. The Brazoria edition will feature at least one major slide, a lazy river, children's play area, concessions, and locker rooms, the property donated by a local church. The developer, a devout Christian, known for enforcing bathing suit dress codes and spreading the word of God to families.
There is a bathing suit rule, a tattoo rule.
In 2013, a woman made national headlines when she was kicked out of a Splash Kingdom park for her bathing suit.
It's no thongs, okay? And he is a deeply religious man.
The city now wants to go in on the project with public dollars. They're asking for $1.75 million in bond money. Yet it's how they're asking for it that is now raising an alarm. The ballot says nothing about a water park.
We're supposed to be voting legally on a water park, and now we're just voting on a park.
I believe it's beneficial to the pro side. I believe the way it's written would draw probably undecided voters more to voting in favor of it.
Tonight, Noel brought her concerns to City Council, calling for the Attorney General to look into the ballot wording issue. The mayor saying it was the AG's decision.
I didn't see this as an issue before, so I never thought to bring up the question to him.
Will you now?
No.
Why not?
I don't see it's an issue.
The mayor says as for the risque bathing suits, not everyone is welcome.
And they can go to water parks where they're accepted.
And tonight, some residents are also calling for more transparency from the city. The city of Brazoria does not have a website, so information can be only picked up if anyone goes to the city hall and gets a packet that is available at the front desk. Reporting live in Brazoria tonight, Foti Kalurgis, 13 Eyewitness News.
Now, Chief Meteorologist Tim Heller with the ABC 13 AccuWeather forecast.
Pretty saturated out there again today, but it was nice to get another break, at least in the afternoon.
You know, I'm thinking I've got a little water park happening here in my backyard.
You
a nice little pond, you know, developing. Very heavy rain over the last couple of days, but finally a little break in the rainfall here tonight and tomorrow, and then we pick it up again Thursday, Friday. Overnight tonight, those temperatures are going to drop back off. Right now, we're sitting in the 60s across most of the area, but your neighborhood forecast shows low temperatures tonight back into the 50s in some spots. We're going for 57 degrees in Huntsville tonight, 57 degrees in Brenham. Here in Houston, we'll drop down to about 63 degrees, mid-60s down near the coast. Not as warm as it was last night, a little lower humidity, a little more comfortable. Tomorrow afternoon, upper 70s, low 80s for high. We'll go for 80 degrees here in Houston, 78 down in Angleton and Brazoria County, 79 degrees in Wharton, 80 up in Conroe, and 79 tomorrow in Liberty. And with north winds blowing about 5 to 15, the humidity should be down as well tomorrow. Outside tonight here in Houston, we look outside. We got a partly cloudy sky. We're at 66 degrees. Dew points are coming back down, low 60s. Winds out of the northeast at 3. That's why, of course, that dry air is working against the moisture that's evaporating out of the ground, which is why it was so muggy even after the rain moved out today. Galveston tonight, you've got a mostly cloudy sky. You're at 71 with the north wind blowing at 12 miles an hour. Dew points coming down here, too, back into the upper 60s instead of the 70s like it has been. And Galveston stocked in with the heavy rain early this morning. Even the folks that didn't get the heavy showers, no doubt you heard the thunder coming through with these highly charged storms. Tonight, that weather system is moving off to the northeast, still producing some rain in the deep south, but most of the state tonight is quiet and clear. We're at 66 here, Dallas, and with 58, it's 59 right now in Austin, and 69 degrees in San Antonio. And despite the quiet weather we have right now, this doesn't last because this flow in the upper atmosphere is still pretty much in place over the state of Texas. Pinpoint Future Track shows that moisture continuing to stream in from the southwest here tonight. Tomorrow morning, there could be some patchy areas of fog, mainly because of the moisture evaporating out of the ground. But by the afternoon, we're back into some sunshine. But by Thursday, the next weather system comes in from the southwest at low pressure, pumping in the moisture, which means more rain, some of it heavy again Thursday and Friday. You may pick up another inch or two on top of everything that has fallen so far. The concern for us, though, is that low pressure could still be pushing some moisture in here on Saturday for the BPMS 150. More on that in the 7 days. 63 for the overnight low tonight. Not as warm as last night, but still some patchy fog. Tomorrow starts off with a gray sky, and then those clouds move out. We're back in the sunshine, not as muggy, but still warm with a high of 80 degrees and north wind at 5 to 15. 70% chance of showers for Thursday and Friday. And by the way, that 20% for tomorrow, that's mainly coastal areas down near Matagorda Bay. A little more moisture in the atmosphere there, and you might see a few clouds pop up with a shower. But the rest of us, more widespread rainfall again Thursday, Friday. Saturday, we're keeping a 30% chance of rain in the forecast. Some of the models are clearing us out, but there's one that is still producing heavy rain across the area. So we're going to keep a 30% in for now. For the cyclists on the BPM is 150. We also have a crosswind in the forecast out of the north, about 5 to 15 miles an hour. Not very strong, but a slight breeze. But at least it will be a dry breeze with lower humidity. So
yeah, and
you get a little, you take a little.
A little of this, a little of that. I'll be in Austin Sunday, so I'm hoping.
Yeah, Sunday should be much better. All this moisture should be out of here by Sunday.
Okay, though a nice southerly push wouldn't be so bad either. But we'll take what we can get.
Thank you, Tim.
Well, teens descend on a driver at a gas station, and it's all caught on camera. What started the swarm, and a member of the Queen's Guard caught off guard. Those stories and more after the break.
Multiple sclerosis is a debilitating disease that has no cure. So we ride. The BPMS 150 funds MS research. The ride, the route, the rewards. Sunday at 12:30 on ABC 13.
Meet Bo and Sharon. They just came into some newfound money. No, they didn't win the lottery or make a fortune trading stock on the internet. They simply financed their home through First Community Credit Union. Now they can't decide, dinner at their new dining room set or just relaxing on their new couch. Finance your home now through First Community Credit Union. Take advantage of our competitive rates and fast closings. Once you do, you'll be stuck making some really tough decisions too. First Community Credit Union, official credit union of the Houston Texans.
The Volkswagen Jetta is really fun to drive. Go for it.
Okay. Wow. Woo! I'm dreaming. Pinch me.
No, not while you're driving. And right now, you can get a $1,000 Volkswagen credit bonus on Jetta models.
Seriously, pinch me.
It's not a dream.
Ow.
It's the Volkswagen Stop Dreaming, Start Driving event. Stop dreaming and test drive one today. Hurry in and lease a 2015 Jetta S for just $159 a month, including a $1,000 Volkswagen credit bonus.
Uniquely mapping a patient's brain to remove tumors without damaging healthy tissue. Navigating a patient's heart in real time with unprecedented accuracy. And visualizing facial reconstruction before the first incision. Seeing better so we can heal you better. That's the difference between practicing medicine and leading it. Houston Methodist, leading medicine.
We were living in a trailer. We had gotten behind on our power bill. I felt not only that I had let myself down, but that I had let my kid down. Education was the only way. If I was going to make this happen, I needed to do it now. When I heard that WGU was flexible, that it was affordable, and that my learning would be competency-based, there was no other option. The doors that opened for me after my degree would not have opened for me if I wouldn't have pursued that.
With enough hard work and dedication, we really can do and be anything if we want it badly enough.
We've been thinking. A pitcher who can paint the corners is known as a Rembrandt. Who doesn't love that kind of precision? At GMC, we get that. Not everyone can deliver a 95-mile-an-hour Rembrandt. This is precision. This is GMC.
Now get nearly $9,200 total value when you trade up to this specially equipped 2015 Sierra SLT.
Welcome to the show.
Closed captioning brought to you by Kroger, where you'll always find great food and low prices.
Some dramatic dash cam video from Arizona is tough to watch. The video was taken from 2 police cruisers. Shows a suspect being trailed by police when one of them uses his police cruiser to just take the man out right there, sending him to the hospital where he was treated for 2 days before being arrested. Police said the suspect stole a rifle and was pointing it at his head and threatening suicide. City's police chief said that officers' quick actions likely saved the suspect's life. The county attorney cleared the officer of any wrongdoing. And cameras at a Tennessee gas station caught a mob right here of teenagers violently attacking a customer outside. The teens swarmed a man who was helping a woman who didn't feel safe to get to her car. The attack scared customers inside, and the owner held the door shut. The kids came from a school across the street, but no one knows what provoked the violence here. The man who was attacked was able to get to his car where his 3-year-old son was waiting. And there was some good news and bad news with the SpaceX launch today. That Falcon 9 rocket successfully blasted off with a picture-perfect launch, but the second half of the mission failed. The booster rocket made an attempt to land on a floating barge so it could be used for another launch. SpaceX CEO Elon Musk tweeted that the rocket did land on the barge, but the impact was, quote, too hard and cannot be reused. And here we go. In England, a very stoic and proper member of the Queen's Guard wiped out in front of hundreds of tourists right there. Yes, a bit embarrassing moment right there. Happened during the changing of the guard ceremony in front of Buckingham Palace. It's tough to see, but he slipped when he stepped on a manhole right there. Can you make that out?
Oh, yeah.
His face turned red. His rifle hit the ground. He quickly recovered it, got up, and brought back at attention like nothing ever happened. You feel for the guy because he actually waxed it pretty hard, but he jumped right back up.
I mean, it really looked like he was on ice. I mean, it was just
his
kind of
feet came out from underneath it.
But that hat stayed on.
It did.
Pretty awesome.
Which is the important thing.
That's right.
Yeah. Well, moving from that to sports and a new chapter in a Texan's life. Huh?
After years of heavy lifting, it's time for a break, I think. Retirement different for NFL players. We'll talk with a former Texan, Wade Smith, about his life after football and home court advantage within their reach. One game to go for the Rockets. Next in sports.
Tonight from Marvel's Avengers Age of Ultron, Kobe Smulders, plus Austin's greatest barbecue chef, Aaron Franklin.
I think Texas may have broken my stomach. I really do. Even my yoga pants don't fit me anymore.
New Jimmy Kimmel Live tonight on ABC.
Ford is taking the EcoBoost Challenge all across America.
Here we go.
Check out Escape and find out why Ford is the brand more people buy and buy again.
Wow.
That's a 4-cylinder? I thought it was a 6.
I definitely feel the EcoBoost in the Ford Escape. That's like a sports car. I just opened my trunk with my foot. I prefer, without a doubt, the Escape over the CR-V.
Take the EcoBoost Challenge and get an Escape with up to $2,500 cash back plus $750 Conquest cash for a total of $3,250 in savings. Visit your best in Texas Ford dealer today.
The body is incredibly powerful. It's nimble and fluid. But sometimes we push it too far. That's when you need the strength of Memorial Hermann and our body of affiliated orthopedic specialists. With our Ironman Sports Medicine Institute, they not only get your body back to where it was, they get it to go further. It's what makes us more than just hospitals. We are a body of experts. Memorial Hermann, advancing health.
Wake up and face the world. Just another day of carpools, traffic, and schedules. Head to school, get some exercise, do homework, make dinner, then time to call it a night. Or maybe not.
Take your everyday routine to new heights. Plan your getaway to the Mile High City.
The avocado bacon burger. It's unlike any other sandwich on our menu.
Creamy pepper sauce, tomatoes, onions, bacon, and the avocado.
Look at that. Burger. This is my new go-to burger.
Started with Camry. To show her right from wrong, and realized my little girl had become an amazing human being who will make choices of her own.
Right now, get $1,000 customer cash or lease a bold new 2015 Camry LE for only $199 a month.
Toyota. Let's go places.
The sports segment is brought to you by your local Toyota dealer. Toyota, let's go places.
One MVP poll after another has James Harden on the outside looking in. Sure looks like Steph Curry will win that award. Harden and the Rockets just want to win a playoff series. Home court advantage would certainly help that cause. Rockets can lock that down with a win tomorrow night against Utah. The players take a lot of pride in hosting after fighting through one injury after another.
It means a lot. I mean, I think this team deserves it with guys just putting in so much effort. The guys that have been there the whole year and the guys that, like myself, that's been in and out.
The dynamics of being able to be at home and having that crowd on your back, it kind of takes the edge off a little bit.
Tonight at Minute Maid, it's a tale of two pitchers. One's a celebrity, the other a late call-up from AAA. We're going to start with Tracy McGrady, fresh off a stint with the Sugar Land Skeeters, 7-time NBA All-Star. delivers the first pitch, and then it's Brad Peacock's turn. Battling back from surgery to remove bone spurs in his hip, Peacock gets through 5 innings, gives up 3 runs. Pretty good. The problem comes at the plate. Stroh's best chance ends here on Jason Castro's double play ball in the 6th. 4-0 Oakland. Over at Rice, the Owls jump all over U of H. John Williamson singles in Leon Bird. Rice plates 4 in the first, 2 in the second, 2 more in the third. That's more than enough help for Austin Orweiler. Strikes out the side in the second. The junior from Galveston, 11 strikeouts in 6 innings, and Rice rules tonight 11-0. With Mike Krzyzewski's full blessing, Houston's Justice Winslow leaving Duke after 1 season for the riches of the NBA. Coach K called Winslow an amazing factor in Duke's national title run. Winslow projected as a high lottery pick. On their way to the state soccer tournament, Cinco Ranch boys and girls remind us that a coach's work is never done. Behind goalkeeper Patrick Hilliard, the boys are nationally ranked and unbeaten. It sounds easy enough, but at one point, Coach Mason Whitfield had to remind his team that confidence is great, overconfidence is not.
The excitement of we're winning, we're winning, we're winning. Midway through the year, the overconfidence level comes in, and you got to kind of ground them. But then when you win district, which is what the boys did, we kind of had to remind ourselves it was an accomplishment, celebrate it, but then also keep humble and stay humble through the process.
Last stop tonight, we celebrate retirement with former Texans offensive lineman Wade Smith, one of the really good guys in that locker room, looking forward to more work with his foundation, helping local students, also spend a lot more time with his family, and he'll work out with his former teammates.
I'm a naturally competitive guy, and, you know, I'm already down to 280. I haven't seen 280 since probably like 2001. And so, you know, I'm working out and staying in shape, and the best way to do it is to get around guys that I'm naturally competitive with.
Gene Angelone, he did say down to 280 pounds.
He sure did.
A svelte 280. Thank you, Greg.
And we'll be right back.
This weekend, celebrate Earth Day with Disney Nature's Next Great Adventure. Join Maya and her family on their incredible journey. See Monkey Kingdom opening week to help protect endangered species in their natural habitats. Rated G.
Wow, sweet new Subaru, huh, Mitch? Yep. You're selling the Mitchmobile? Man, we had a lot of good times in this baby. What's your dad want for it? Like 150 grand. 200 if they want that tape deck. You're not gonna tell your dad about the time my hamster had babies in the back seat, are you? That's just normal wear and tear, dude.
Subaru has the highest resale value of any brand, according to Kelley Blue Book. And Mitch. Love. It's what makes a Subaru a Subaru.
At Discount Tire, we're not just about tires. We're about people. We take pride in getting you the right tire at the lowest price for your vehicle. And right now, get a $70 Visa prepaid card when you buy any set of 4 Michelin tires.
I work in healthcare, a technology company.
I work in hospitality.
And the Society for Human Resource Management is working for us.
With 275,000 members, we're helping organizations thrive in a rapidly changing workplace. SHRM's competency-based certifications are setting the new standard, arming HR pros with skills that make the new workplace work.
Advancing HR.
So your workforce takes you where you want to go.
SHRM, the leading resource for human resources.
Red, white, and blue pancakes. It's patriotism on a plate. I bet Washington and Jefferson would have eaten these. And at $4.99, that's less than a Lincoln.
Red, white, and blue pancakes are back and only $4.99. Denny's, welcome to America's Diner.
Ready, cook.
When you're fighting cancer, it helps to have your support network by your side. That's why Texas Oncology brings the latest technology and research to your neighborhood. So you can fight cancer next to the ones you love.
This program is brought to you by Texas Oncology, bringing cancer-fighting technology to your community.
And that does it for Eyewitness News tonight. Get breaking news on our news app anytime. Don't forget to join the Eyewitness News team beginning at 4:30 a.m.
Thank you so much for being with us, and we hope you have a great night.